Basically, in today's video, in today's live, we're going to be talking about how social media shapes modern trends. And if you're interested, keep watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications and stick around for more. And as always, I love to basically just give announcements about what's coming next. So my next video is going to be Jaded London versus I Am Gia, but it's going to be coming out first on my Patreon for the early access with the bronze memberships, and then a day later it's going to be released officially on my YouTube channel, so stay on the lookout for that. After that, I don't really know what's going to be coming out next, to be honest, in terms of my videos, but it probably won't be like a day or two later until my next video is uploaded. So yeah, as always, I always come with a deck of cards and topics and things that I want to talk about basically, and I'm just going to jump right into it. So, is social media making fashion more inclusive or exclusive? I feel like social media is disguising itself as becoming more inclusive, with like inclusive in the sense of like more diverse casting, more diverse models, more diverse people, like period. I feel like if you have a large following on your Instagram, you're more likely to be selected and picked versus than like a traditional model who's just going to like a go see. I was literally talking about that with my best friend. I feel like anybody can just build a large following on their social media, don't have any experience or any technique in modeling or anything like that, and then automatically be booked, and I guess that's cool. But if you think about it, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because you're only selected or you're only like included if you have the following, and I feel like at the same time it makes it like disadvantages to like traditional models. So that's my only thing. And then in terms of like being exclusive, I feel like it's that's the way that it's exclusive, with the whole you got to have a lot of following basically to be able to be selected. And then in terms of inclusive, I feel like it's inclusive in the sense of like majority of people feel like they can imitate trends or imitate this like luxury type thing more because they're on social media. Like anybody can just grab a Louis Vuitton bag or grab a shark boots or whatever and instantly feel like, that they're the next it girl, they're the next thing. But yeah, I feel like social media basically just creates this illusion to people that they can be inclusive into fashion, but it's like you're only really inclusive when you already have a following. So yeah, that's that question. Let's see the next question. How do influencers impact fast fashion? Hi you all, how are you guys doing? I feel like influencers impact fast fashion in so many ways. Like majority of everybody that are like in these fast fashion campaigns are influencers. They already have the influence, they already have like the following. So, and then in turn, their followers want to buy this collection, their followers want to be on the Pretty Little Thing. It's like it's a ripple effect basically. So that's the reason why I feel like most of these influencers are impacting fast fashion, especially Shein. Like I've seen so many collabs and so many like promos, so many campaigns, so many anything just from like influencers. I don't know how many Pretty Little Thing, Boho, any of those things that I've seen. So yeah, that's my only thing with, I feel like they're impacting fast fashion. And then I guess in turn you can also say like with the whole discounts and the use my code for this, use my code for that. That's the only thing basically that I also could see how they're impacting fast fashion. That's my opinion on that. Okay, what role does TikTok and Instagram play in setting trends? I mean, TikTok has literally like changed the whole way trends and trend forecasting goes, and also like the trend cycle. Where like back in the day, like majority of people who were like, say something became popular, skinny jeans, the owl necklace, fringe boots, whatever it was, I feel like back in the day, like you would see that from a magazine, you would see that from a new movie star, you would see that from a movie, so and so like that. But I feel like now, TikTok runs everything, like the quiet luxury, the quiet girl, the rise of maximalism, Aaliyah core, cottage core. All these core things are basically things that have been generated from TikTok in terms of music, promo, businesses, everything is literally being controlled and like manufactured by TikTok. Not even Instagram anymore. Like I feel like back in the day, Instagram used to be like the platform where, okay, this is in, everybody's doing the bundles now, everybody's doing the Cartier now, we're all Gucci down. But like I feel like Instagram has kind of taken the back seat compared to TikTok. So that's basically how I feel like TikTok plays a role in like setting the trends. Let's see here. Why do viral pieces like Teflon bags gain so much traction? I basically already talked about that in my video, Teflon, the new era, so go check that out. But I feel like TikTok, Teflon has gained so much traction simply for the fact that they understand marketing. And then again, like in my video, I said Teflon is not a new baby. She's not a new brand. She's not a new anything. She's been around for a long time, you know. Not she's been around, but the brand has been around for a very long time. And okay. Oh my god, my camera keeps like adjusting itself. But yeah, basically like I was saying, Teflon basically they know how to market themselves, and that's what took them to the next level. Not just because Beyonce, Solange, all these other influencers or celebrities been wearing their brand. It's basically because they knew how to just entice. They knew how to keep people on their toes. They knew how to keep people interested. They knew how to keep people begging for more, you know, and that's what basically let them have the longevity that they have. So that's my take on that. Next question. How does the Instagram aesthetic impact the creativity and fashion industry? I feel like the Instagram aesthetic has really just saturated and robbed all of like the creativity that once was in like fashion design. I feel like every brand that's coming out, you know, every brand that has existed is just repetitive. Streetwear, just recycle branding. And I think it's just because everyone's trying to find a buck, everyone's just trying to get some money, everyone's just trying to get a quick fix, and no one is really thinking, you know what, I'm just going to invest, I'm just going to grow my brand, I'm just going to take my time, you know, and I'm going to experiment, I'm trying to be creative. Everything is what makes money, what is the thing that makes the most money, what is the thing that can translate to dollars. And I feel like that's just losing the essence of the fashion. It's losing the whole point of what it was meant to be for, you know. Like it's not fun anymore, it's not creativity, it's not art. It's basically just how can I get a buck. But that's my take on that. So next question. Are we seeing the death of individuality in the fashion due to viral trends? And I feel like what we're seeing now is basically just people, one person just blowing up because they're original, because they're authentic, because they're themselves, and then following that a ripple effect of copycats, and then a ripple effect of the copycats of the copycats. I feel like that's what we're seeing. I feel like there are people now, due to social media, I feel like a lot of people, including myself, feel like, you know what, I don't have to be so done up, even though I am, you know, with my full glam, but I don't have to be so done up, I don't have to be so serious, I can be chill, I can be myself, and you know, I might be successful, I might be trendy, I might, you know, inspire somebody, you know. And that, I feel like we see that a lot, but I do feel like it is this a ripple effect of people. And then like on the flip side, some people are just like, you know what, let me just put away how I really feel, how I really want to dress, how I really want to, you know, go out into this world, and let me just do what is more trendy, let me just do what will, you know, make me blow up. So that's my take on that. Can fashion trends born on TikTok have the same longevity as trends from traditional media eras? I think so. I mean, I did say earlier that TikTok has the ability to just like make fashion trends move faster, but I feel like at the same time, like that whole Stranger Things 2019 era, that lasted for a good minute. And even still, like this whole Y2K era lasted for a good minute. Athleisure lasted for a good minute, and that's thank you to TikTok. I think what it really is just you knowing how to market yourself, you knowing how to keep the momentum going. Like maybe back in the day, that one hit song probably could have put you through for the whole year, whatever. Now it's 3 months, you know. And it's, but I feel like in terms of the fashion, since TikTok is so visual and everyone is just like, you know, hypnotized and like amazed with the visuals and all that type of stuff, I think that it's how you use it, to be honest. Use TikTok on this platform, but it's really how you use it which will determine how long, you know, you'll be there. So yeah, that's my take on that. Second question, how do algorithms decide what styles and brands become popular? And that's just basically all deciding on the people, to be honest. Like what we do, what we interact with, what we watch, what we like, what we shop with, you know, the cookies that are tracking us anyways, all that type of stuff dictate and shows what algorithms, you know, and styles and brands are more popular. And then in turn, they just keep pushing that, keep promoting that, and keep putting that out to what they think is going to sell, to be honest. All right. Is fashion losing its exclusivity because of how easily trends are replicated on social media? I feel like the whole concept of fashion being exclusive, only for the highest bidders and the highest spenders, and I feel like that whole era is dead. I feel like they realized like they need to incorporate new influencers, you know, Gen Z people, whether they like them or they don't. You know, how many Gen Z people was at the Met Gala? You know, the most elite event of the whole fashion season, and now it's being filled with influencers. And if the whole thing, you know, is what does exclusivity really do, to be honest? All it does is just promote, you know, classism, promote I'm better than you, I make more money than you, so I should have these benefits and you shouldn't. But it's like, in this generation, when everybody's trying to be diverse, everyone's trying to be inclusive, how long do you honestly think that it's going to be sustainable? You like the old way of doing things, the old way of like how everything run is not like, it's not the way anymore. And I feel like a lot of brands are realizing we need to change, we need to shift, we need to be open, we need to broaden our horizon, because just thinking, you know, y'all need to adapt to me will last is not the reality anymore. So that's my take on that. Next, do influencers have real power in the fashion world, or are they just puppets for brands? That's a really great question. I feel like influencers, it depends. It depends, because a lot of people feel like they have real power, but a lot of them, you know, are kind of puppets. Like you see how some of them are just so like cookie cutter, like I don't want to say the wrong thing, I don't want to say this because I don't want to lose my membership, I don't want to use my sponsorship, I don't want to lose the, you know, this major brand, da da da. And it's like, is it really worth it, you know? Like I say, sometimes I feel like it's a battle of the who. It's just like, it's not that serious, you know. It's not that, it's like everyone's just out for themselves and trying to get the big, okay, we got this, now I need to get this brand, I need to get that brand. It's like, you know, you're not really influencing nothing, to be honest. No, these people think they're influencing. They're not really influencing anything. You're just participating in the trends, and you have the money to participate in all of the trends and the most expensive one, but you're not really influencing a generation of people. I don't really think that. I think a lot of them are more puppets than they want. And it's usually the ones who don't have the sponsorships, the ones who aren't cookie cutter friendly, are the ones who are actually causing the havoc, actually starting the conversations. And that's just my personal take on that. Let me see my next question. How do the rise of micro influences compare to celebrity endorsements in shaping style? I feel like streetwear, micro influencers, whatever word that is, streetwear, micro influencers have always been everyday people, have always been the true trendsetters. They have always been the ones who are actually making the moves, actually making things happen, actually defying fashion, actually being creative. Because that creativity spunks from a lack of resources. They don't have, you know, the budget, the time, the money, any of that stuff to go out and just constantly revamp their wardrobe so they're always mixing and matching and doing this stuff. Like I remember me and my best friend when we was in high school, like we would come up with the most creative outfits because we didn't have any money. We couldn't just go and buy a different, t-shirt, buy a different whatever the hell. So basically it was just how many times can I mismatch this? How many times can I turn this around? How many times can I make an outfit out of this one shirt? And I feel like that is what actually like creates the style. That's what actually causes the movement, causes the change, causes everything. Not, celebrity endorsements and any of that, because those people who are endorsing, they're just going based off what's trendy. Look at Forever 21. Look at all these brands who are like all of a sudden like so obsessed with Hello Kitty. All that is just from them seeing what sells, seeing what's important. That's really all that it is. So these brands, they don't cause nothing. They don't create nothing. They don't do any of that. Not the middle brands. Maybe some high-end brands, but even the high-end brands, they're looking down at the everyday people for inspiration, to be honest. So that's my take on that. Next question is, how do you determine authenticity in an era where everything is curated for engagement? You can just feel it. You can feel when someone's being authentic. You can tell when someone's being genuine. You can tell when someone's just, this is Rick Owens, spring, summer 2020. And these glasses are Cartier. And this shirt is Chloe, spring cruise 2015. Like, you can just tell when someone's being like so fake, because fashion isn't a popularity contest. It's literally just another form of art. That's all it is. Another form of art where, people just have used it and abused it and changed it into something to boost their status, to boost their followers. And you can just tell, to be honest. So that's my take on that. It's kind of the same question. How have social media platforms turned musicians and actors into style icons overnight? So let's get into that. Truthfully, I'm going to be real. There's a select few of people who've blown up and who've become famous and all that type of stuff, and for the authentic, true style. But majority of these people who are celebrities, actors, and musicians all have a stylist. They can't dress. I hate to say it like that, but I'm just being honest. They can't really dress. Like, they can't really, it's a stylist work. That's the reason why they're getting famous. That's the reason why they have to hire a stylist, because they can't really dress themselves. So there's literally few here and there, pieces and pieces of people who, just authentically themselves, see old 2009 pictures when they was just making it work, creating little looks, and that's the type of stuff I love. But majority of these people that I feel like are style icons and they're not. They just have really well-paid PR team and well-paid stylists. That's the why, not downing them, not knocking them, but let's give credit to the stylists for creating those, edgy editorial looks, But yeah, our social media platforms, the new red carpet for designers. Yep. Like the whole, like I just said, the whole era of like magazine, getting your, no, it's Instagram. It's Instagram. It's who can get to Instagram first, who can post a picture on Instagram first. Like, people really be doing photo shoot. Who am I to judge? But people really be doing photo shoots for Instagram. They pay a photographer, hire a makeup artist, hire a stylist, put together a whole lookbook, mood board just to post a picture on Instagram. And it's just like wild to me, but that's the era that we live in. So yes, I definitely think designers, how many brands, like my video that I'm doing now, Jaded London versus I Am Gia, a lot of their like publicity comes from Instagram, comes from girls, their little Instagram stories, during their little cute little 1-2 in their designs, in their looks, and then that turns literally reflects in followers and promotion for their brand. So yeah, that's pretty much it on that. My next take is, how does meme culture on social media influence high fashion? See, that's one that I don't really see. Like, maybe in terms of like Moschino, with Jeremy Scott, I feel like with him you see a lot of like that meme and funny and camp and just like humorous type of fashion, being inspired from like everyday media. But I really don't see meme culture really be in like influence high fashion, just in terms they like say like demure, this is really demure of you to buy this outfit, like something like that, and like in their promos and stuff. But I really don't see like meme culture directly inflect their designs. I don't be seeing that. Okay, next one. Is social media turning fashion into more of a costume than everyday wear? Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, social media is like, it's a world. It's an avatar world. It's IMVU. It's literally IMVU. I mean, you know, originally it was, oh, show up as yourself and, you know, just post pictures, connect with family and friends. But now it's just, you know, once people realize you can start making money off of it, it's like, oh, you can make money out of it. Okay, now we're gonna do ads, we're gonna do commercials, we're gonna do all this type of stuff. Like the whole thing that it once was has changed, and then in turn, you know, everyone is always editorial, and you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just love the era of like traditional fashion, not in a sense of like, you know, all the certain people can't be books or not that type of sense, but just the like the true paper, the true editorials, like the little studio Instagram shoots aren't hitting. They're not hitting, you know, compared to what, you know, the world was like previously. So yeah, I definitely think that they are turning fashion into more of a costume than everyday wear, or even just cuteness, to be honest. But that's just my take. I think I'm gonna do one last question, and then after that I'm gonna hop out of here. Okay. Are modern fashion trends actually new, or are they just rebranded versions of past decades created for social media? Yep, that's literally it. You see how many times they rebranded this Y2K era thing? Like they just keep flipping it and then keep flipping it and then rebranding it and rebranding it. You know, that's all that they're doing. I mean, they tried to do it for real with the whole who is it? Stranger Things 2019, that type of era. But this Y2K thing, you definitely see they just keep rebranding and rebranding and rebranding. Like thinking about it now, the trends that are popular, I don't think there's anything from this generation that we've really created, you know, ourselves that's of this generation, because the Y2K era has literally been carrying the whole 2020s. And you know, like they always say, the golden rule, every 20 years the trend comes back to itself. And you definitely see that with the fashion that we got going on today. So yeah, I mean, I love it. I just like, I always have conversations with my friends. I just want new. And you see that with a lot of things. Everyone, let's bring back this old show. Let's bring back this. It's old. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but it's old. You know, it's old news. Let's create something new for our own generation. You know, don't allow everyone just to suck you dry of your creativity, because then it defeats the point. So yeah, I answered a few questions. I may, you know, just add the rest of my questions that I have into the next video. I know I did promise in my Patreon that I would give you guys an hour-long session, and I will, but today is the longest live session that I've ever been on. So yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by in my live. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, comment down below, and turn those post notifications. And as I said, I do got a Patreon. I got awesome, good, exclusive behind the scenes content on there, so go check it out. Got different tiers, and stick around for my next video. So yeah, see you in my next one. Mwah. I forgot how to end this thing. Okay.